Hello, this is Jess. It's November 6th, 2017, chat session number 6. Okay, we're going to go right into a little bit of history. 1982, on this date, Shirley Allen is arrested for poisoning her husband, Lloyd Allen, with ethylene glycol, commonly known as antifreeze. After witnessing her mother spike Lloyd's drinks with the deadly substance, Shirley's own daughter turned her into the authorities. It's a lengthy story, and it's pretty wild because she was married 6 times. One of her other husbands died of mysterious causes. One of the other husbands went to the authorities, complaining of issues from his wife, and even though he had internal injuries from the poison she was giving him, no charges were filed. Anyway, like I said, she went on to marry 6 times, killed 2 of her husbands, and on the last husband, her daughter turned her in, and she was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Pretty crazy. Shirley apparently was the poison queen. Alright, we're going to go right on to the next tidbit of history. 1528, go back a little ways. The Spanish conquistador Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca is shipwrecked on a low sandy island off the coast of Texas. Starving, dehydrated, and desperate, he is the first European to set foot on the soil of the future Lone Star State. And again, that's just how things are in history, and that's where we are. We're going to go right on with our little chat session now. I've been hearing a lot of classical music. I enjoy classical music. Been hearing a lot of rap. And a little mixture of stuff in between rock and jazz. Been fortunate to be able to hear the music. Now back on to some other stuff. I did go to the doctor this morning. I had the stitches removed from my knee, where they had removed I don't know what it was on my knee, and it bubbled up and blah blah blah. And unfortunately the doctor called in sick. And the nurse, for some reason, which I'm not going to dwell on right at this moment, but for some reason the nurse was instructed not to talk to me about what they found out about what they pulled off my leg. So I'm going back in the morning to find out from the doctor. Whatever it is, we'll deal with it. Just me passing on information to anybody who might be interested in knowing that. I'm not concerned or worried. Life is like that. You just have to sort of take each day at a time and try to make the best of the situations that arise, good or bad. Or at least that's my view of life. Now we're going to get on to a little bit of sports stuff. We have a board at my job, football board. And tonight's game, the Lions and the Packers, it's the clinching game of whether I split the pot with another person or the other person wins it all. The Packers have to win it for me to get the split, and if the Lions win, the other gentleman takes it all. It's just a small pot, but I'd like to be a part of the getting part instead of just not getting anything. Anyway, we'll see how that works out. That's tonight, Monday Night Football. Go Packers on that one. I would like to say, unfortunately, my team, Seattle, lost to the Washington Redskins, of all teams. They just couldn't get it together. It happens, but it was disappointing for me. In the course of football, and I believe there's like 3 different games where team brawls broke out. I mean, they were fighting, getting carried on, people getting ejected, people getting fined, there could be suspensions. I mean, that's getting riled up's part of the game, but I think that there was a couple of excess violent actions from some of the players, blindsiding another guy, wasn't even looking, that kind of stuff. Unnecessary. You could change someone's whole life career from the stuff that went on in some of that stuff yesterday. Makes it exciting, but it also takes away from the game. So there's a balance. It's in hockey. You know what I'm saying? In hockey, they throw down the gloves, they get down, and they fight. But in football, it's supposed to be more of a controlled beating, so to say, because it's a physical game. Don't let anybody tell you it ain't. But anyway, now we're on with that. I'd like to address insurance and insurance companies. Now I'm talking about the conglomerates, that all the little factions that ride off of these conglomerates, local insurance companies, whatever. But I always wondered when it's time to pay, there's just all these hidden rules and regulations, and you got to pay so much before you can get any coverage, and yet the whole time, every month, boy, you get a bill. Every month you get a bill. You don't pay that bill, they cancel you, no matter where you stand at. If you don't pay your bill, you're canceled. Well, as consumers, we lose our leverage when it's time for us to be compensated for having the coverage. It's pretty frustrating. I mean, my dental insurance pays maximum of $1,200 a year. And you can see I'm still sick. Excuse me. Trying to get through this before I have an attack. Drink a little coffee, maybe it might help. But I don't know how it got started and how it got out of control, but you can't say, hey, you're covered for all this stuff, and then when it's time to get the money, you got to fight for it, or you got to be determined that it was something that the insurance would cover in the first place. But they have no problem taking your money every month. And I know they're making money because there's skyscrapers in every major town of insurance companies. Skyscrapers, 70, 80 stories, 90 stories tall. Those things aren't free. Construction's expensive. And so, why not divest? Get out of that racket. I mean, yeah, you're promoting your company or whatever. That's fine. Use your own money. Don't use the money that I'm paying in and then build something beautiful for your company, and then when it's time for me to have coverage, I don't have none. Or I get limited amount, or I got to pay some huge money out of my pocket. Insurance is nice until it's time to get it. And this is just maybe a weird thing, but why do they call it life insurance when you don't get it at all? You have to die in order for somebody else to get it. Well, I bet you they wouldn't sell very many policies if it was called death insurance. But that's the truth of it. But somehow we've changed it around. It's life insurance. Oh, it's for your life. No, it's not. You got to die for somebody else to get it. Again, I'm not trying to be morbid or... it's just strange to me how we can manipulate words in order to make it sound enticing and good when really you got to die to get it. So that's my chat for the day. Again, I'm not feeling well. I'm getting ready to go to bed, so maybe I can feel better for work tonight. Yeah, it's coming. I'm getting ready to have an attack soon. 5 minutes of coughing. But anyway, just keep that in mind when you're listening to people talk about life insurance and different things that go on. Again, I'd like to end my chat session now. Be truthful, be happy, and let's look out for each other, okay? Till next time, have a great Monday. Enjoy your coffee. I know I do. And go Seahawks next week. They play Thursday night. Have a great day.